It is unbelievable that Pakistanis paid bribes to buy cheap steering wheel covers for their cars. This simple workshop in Peshawar uses the inferior rubber discarded by the rubber factory to produce high cost-effective, genuine leather steering wheel covers. The waste rubber that the workers are processing is the raw material for producing steering wheel covers. The workers will put the cheap, recycled rubber materials into the chain opener. The raw rubber is hard and elastic, so it is difficult to process it directly. Therefore, it needs to be processed by a chain opener. The two rollers of the chain opener rotate in opposite directions to apply strong shearing and squeezing forces to the rubber to break the rubber molecular chain. This process requires workers to repeatedly put the rubber into the chain opener for rapid refining. Although this operation seems very dangerous, it is not safe at all. If you are not careful, you will fail directly. At the same time, during the rubber refining process, you need to add a proper amount of vulcanizers and other additives to the rubber to improve the performance of the rubber. As the rubber is continuously squeezed and mixed, the original, relatively hard rubber gradually becomes a softer rubber. Next, the plasticized rubber will be transferred to the operating table by the workers. Due to the heat of the rubber refining, the rubber will stick together. Therefore, workers need to spread out the rubber first and then use a cutter to cut the rubber into strips. The thing in front of you that looks like a four-piece platform is a rubber vulcanizing table used to make steering wheel rubber sleeves. Workers will first apply a proper amount of mold release agent to the mold and then place the cut rubber strips into the mold. Then they need to put the mold core in the middle of the mold. This is the key to making the hollow structure of the steering wheel sleeve. Then they can put the rubber strips into the mold on the other side. After the molds are assembled, the molds need to be pushed into the vulcanizing table, and the screw at the top is rotated to apply a certain amount of pressure to the molds to ensure that the joints of the molds can fit tightly. The bottom of the mold is equipped with a heating device. In this way, the vulcanizer added during rubber mixing can form a stable three-dimensional network structure between the molecular chains under high temperature and high pressure conditions, thereby improving the overall elasticity, heat resistance, and resistance of the rubber. After the workers take out the vulcanized rubber sleeve, they need to trim the rubber sleeve. The workers will use a cutter to carefully remove the edge burrs caused by grinding and pressing. In this way, the production of the steering wheel rubber sleeve is completed. However, the appearance and feel of the steering wheel rubber sleeve produced in this way are very bad, so the rubber sleeve needs to be foreskinned. First, a cutter is used to cut a leather piece of appropriate size from the whole piece of genuine leather material. Then, the leather is heat pressed with a specially customized convex rubber to enhance its aesthetics and friction. Then, the two ends of the leather are bonded together by heat pressing to form a standard ring. Next, the stains on the rubber sleeve need to be removed with a cloth. Use a size 46 large angle and both hands with 10 fingers intact to put the leather on the rubber sleeve and adjust the position of the leather carefully. Then the sewing machine can be used to sew the leather. The sewing machine sews the leather to the rubber cover. This process requires controlling the position of the sewing line. Not only must the leather fit tightly to the rubber cover, but the entire sewing line must also be beautiful. After the workers have finished the careful sewing, this highly cost-effective steering wheel cover is ready. So after watching the whole process, what do you think of the real steering wheel cover produced in this way?